All right, all right, all right. Let me just say hi to everyone. Let me say hi to everyone. Luis, I'm live here. I am live on the social media. We are live in all our groups, including our YouTube channel. And I would like to say welcome to the audience out there in Liberia and around the world. And I would also like to say welcome to our online viewers. Thank you guys so much for the opportunity. This is Jay Randy here, and I would like to welcome every one of you guys to one of the well presented platform in the Liberian community, and that is the Gbah-Ku-Gbeh Show with me, Jay Randy, and of course my good friend and brother, uh, Luis Tier in Liberia. So, Luis, how you coming on? I know you were not too well. How how is thing now? Are you making progress now? How is it?
I'm making progress, not 100% okay, but Steven Steven is not here today. Steven went for a meeting somewhere and we make a commitment to Liberian people. So I needed to get out of my sick bed. So for 7 straight, I've been away because we couldn't keep the Liberian people waiting.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And I would like to appreciate you for that because our constitutional responsibility falls within the context of being a civil, your civil responsibility as a Liberian. And I would like to say thank you for that commitment. The country called Liberia will remember you guys. Our brothers, Luis, hasn't been too well. He's recuperating, but because he believes in what not only the president is doing, but what he thinks Liberians need to understand, that is the reason why he's here today. So, Brother Luis, you have the topic there, all right, and I'm sure you have gone through what we are going to be discussing here today. And I would like for you, if you don't mind, to just reorder the topic so that from your end and my end, we all can get to hear that. So if you don't mind.
Yeah, so like I said, I did that earlier on. I came on.
Okay.
Like I said, we look at the issue of we look at the issue of the blessing that comes with the president visit to the CIA. Why this is a blessing for Liberia? Why it says that it's a blessing of Liberia, the president visit to the CIA quarter, why it says a blessing of Liberia. And also when we look at the MOU that was signed between the Liberia and the cartoon there in the UAE. We look at the MOU that was signed, why it's an economic benefit for the country. Then why is it that people shouldn't listen to the folks in the opposition?
Good, good. So guys, if you're out there listening to us by way of Facebook, and I'm sure Luis is also broadcasting live on Facebook. So you have the opportunity to go either way. And and that's the beauty of technology. We are doing everything possible to ensure that we utilize the technologies that we have at our disposal. So Luis, thank you so much for the opportunity. Again, I would like to say welcome to you guys. This is Jay Randy here. We are here to push the president agenda because we believe that Mr. Weir, of course, and we want the president to remember. Why am I saying this? Take a good look, my friend. Talk to your aunt who is 60 years or 65. Talk to your uncle who is 70 years old or 75 and say, hey, tell me all the years you live in this country called Liberia, what you see today happening under the administration. Do you or did you ever imagine that you will see something like that in your lifetime? Look at the hospital today that is in Gbah-Ku-Gbeh County. Look at the new storage tanks that is being built in Maryland County. Look at the street light that you see today in River G. Did you ever imagine that you will ever see this in your lifetime? The answer would be no. Because they believe that for 133 years, the leadership that led that country, they never ever imagined that they would give a facelift to any city. So I would say this to fellow Liberians. Why it is true that Monrovia for 133 years used to be a city of opportunities where one have to come to pursue higher education or to even travel out of the country. From what we see just on the 6 years of President Weir, most of the major cities in the country now are becoming cities of hope. They are becoming cities of hope because with the transformation he's carrying out. So I want Liberians to understand who the character called George Weah is and who are the people who are done their share. When you look at someone like Joe Boyka or you look at Cummings, these people live in the past administration and enjoy the humanity, the benefit, but they never advocated to give Liberians that live other part of the country. So, Luis, we're going to make this conversation very interactive. And as I explained, I would really appreciate if you can come in with question, post question to me. And then if you have anything to add, do not hesitate to add. Because this platform is mostly to provide information, to provide education that will give Liberia and Liberians a crystal clear understanding come this October as to who and why they need to vote for President Weah. Louis, let me ask you the question. Since the president announced his visitation to the CIA headquarters, before he came and after he left, have you heard Boyka or Comey asking any question about the president visit to the CIA headquarters?
Boyka and Comey have not asked any question of such.
Okay. Do you know why?
No.
I want you to guess. Tell me why. Just tell me why. Just tell me why. What in your mind? Just tell me why you think they're not asking.
Because the first thing Boyka and Comey know that even if for any reason Joshua have committed any crime, it will not be hidden, it will not be secret. So they are wanting to know what is about to happen in Liberia under President Joshua by the US government that is unknown. Because all the sources they have in the US is unable to tell them exactly what occurred in the US between President Weah and the CIA.
And I will hold you. Go ahead, finish your thought.
All they saw was before President Joshua could return to Liberia, they saw the withdrawal or they saw the appointment of a new U.S. ambassador to Liberia.
Thank you.
So they are still wondering what went wrong because with all the sources in the U.S., nobody can tell them the real reason for which we are visited the CIA.
Thank you, Louis. And you just surfaced a very important words that I will piggyback on. With all the sources they got in America, nobody ever came out with breaking news, right? And you see, Joseph Boyka may be very incompetent. Cummings may be a good-for-nothing politician. But one thing the both of them have in common is that they understand the function of the CIA. They were hoping that it could have been them to be called. But they are not in our capacity. They are not in our opportunity to be called. And they know what it means for the CIA, one of the top spying agencies in the world, to call on our president. And like you said, before he even arrived in the country, there have been a lot of shake-up that have taken place in the country. That tells you that Liberia is a very important partner to the United States of America. The issue of President Weah visiting the CIA headquarters is more towards a national security, both domestically and internationally. As you can see today, the Eastern Europe and the Chinese are trying to build alliance together to surpass the United States. But there are a lot of consequences that could bring the alliance together. And with the Chinese trying to go across Africa, the Americans are also concerned. Now, let's go back in history. That RIA airport, Louis, and many people listen to the sound of our voice right now, it was not built by the Liberian government. RIA was built by the U.S. military. At that time, there was nothing like artificial intelligence. There was nothing like drone. There was nothing like high-tech technology. So they were using that airstrip as a way to land, fuel up, and pick up for Europe. And Liberia played a very important role. Franklin Delano Roosevelt visited that airport to greet the U.S. Army that were involved in the war. Many of you guys will remember during the Ebola time, when the U.S. military arrived, they started to go to specific locations and started to dig up some of their old storage tanks. And those who work at that airport, they couldn't even imagine what were buried in that ground that they never knew. Now, after the end of World War II, the issue of the USSR, when Russia wanted to unite the whole Europe, but it didn't work, but it stopped in the East. But they had an alliance. And at that time, they had East Germany and West Germany. Even during the World Cup, they will always see East Germany versus West Germany. That was a major concern for the US. And with that, they launched the Omega Tower. The Omega Tower was used as a way to help the US submarine and other above the ground, that is the jet fighter, to provide communication for the US to carry out its operation around the world. That was, again, in Liberia. Before the war in 1989, the Central Intelligence Agency headquarters in Africa was in Liberia. I'm giving these facts to tell you that these are some of the benefits that Liberia stand to gain with President Weah's visit to the CIA headquarters. Because those are security matters that America cannot trust and give to any country other than Liberia. And that gave us a higher security protection and gave us a more open opportunity to work with the United States. Now, today, what is happening today? Today, we see the war that is taking place in Ukraine, and we see America is there supporting the Ukrainians because they need to be free. But then the Chinese is running to the aid of Russia. And that kind of bring back things. Because Gorbachev, while he was president of Russia, Ronald Reagan came out and said, Gorbachev, tear down this wall. Because he wanted East and West Germany to unite, and he wanted Eastern Europe to have independent countries. And they managed to do that. America succeeded in giving independence to other European countries. But there were some people that were left. And today you see what is happening. So America needs her allies, starting with Africa. Starting with Africa. You will remember when Minister Toy came from a trip, they said they were doing a natural resources swap, where the Chinese will come and take the mountain of Murugisi, and then they will get into contract. No. The U.S. came out and said no, because part of the CIA advice to country is to also provide economic advice. So when they look at what China has done to other African countries, they gave them money and they cannot pay. They put on a long-term payment plan that enslaved that country to Chinese or to the Chinese. The World Bank, the IMF, and the intelligence community said, no, we cannot allow Liberia to be put into the kind of debt. And that's why today, the issue of natural resources swap is not being heard about in the country. So, moving on, China is masquerading all around Africa, and America is getting concerned. There are issues of other insecurity, such as terrorists and other stuff. and Liberia play a very major and important role. So the visit of the president to the CIA headquarters, it was to help our president understand the role that Liberia plays in not only protecting our border lines, but protecting the world as a whole against evil. So the president will not come out here to discuss what he heard and what they discussed. And the reason Barker and Cummings not talking about that, because no matter how empty they are, they know the CIA operation. Cummings worked in this country here with Coca-Cola. It's an American company, and they know what it means to keep secret of the United States. And that one of the reasons why Cummings will not open your mouth to say, oh, what the men say, what they know. Because Cummings himself is being protected by the U.S. Barker is being protected by the U.S. They are all allies. So when it comes to that other politics, they will not say too much thing into it. That's why I asked you before I got into the topic, have you heard or have anybody in Liberia heard Cummings or Barker say, let the president went to the CIA headquarters, let you can't tell? No, they cannot do that. When the CIA director visited Liberia, all the people you got on Facebook or in Liberia that always talk about breaking news, did you guys hear about that? No. The reason is because this visit is more of a strategic security concern and security matter. And we are glad that President Weah was chosen to help maintain security around the world. So Liberia stands to benefit based on the relationship that we are going beyond our normal relationship with our president visiting the CIA headquarters. There is more to come. I will say this, Barker and Cummings, they are worried. They are worried in that the relationship to where Mr. Weah is taking Liberia now, they are like, you know what, Jeremy, I think that, they can start, but I don't think we'll make it. I don't think we'll make it. That's how they're feeling now, because they are now convinced that this president, of everything they have said about him, this president is willing to put Liberia first, is willing to protect Liberians, is willing to help build international security that will provide peace around the world. So if you don't know anything, remember, the CIA is not a public organization. There is nowhere where you ever saw in American history for the CIA to come and have a press conference. No. It is only up to the FBI that does that. It is only up to the FBI. The same FBI that indicted Stanton Witherspoon is the same FBI through the U.S. District Court in New York that is also indicting Donald Trump, who will be going to court day after tomorrow. But we'll talk about that one later on. But what I'm trying to say here is the CIA is the top organization. So with the NSA, the construction of the new NSA building, it goes to show that Liberia got a very strong tie with the United States, because part of that funding was done through the support of the CIA through USAID. And the director of the CIA visited that location to see what had been put in place and how they can align. The second thing I want to also emphasize on here, the president visit also will enhance our security apparatus. Whether the NSA have been briefing the president on national security every morning, just how the people will do in America here, starting from tomorrow, Joe Biden will be briefed on national security issue and international affairs, because that is the customary practice of all U.S. presidents to get briefed. I am strongly under the opinion that information will be shared, but with some limitation between the NSA and the CIA and other organizations around the world that are allies to the United States, in which Liberia is part of. If somebody bringing drugs to the country, that information will be shared. If somebody planning any kind of stupid thing, that information will be shared. And I'm sure with the Justice Minister who was in attendance and the Defense Minister who were in attendance, including the President, those are the three people that I can say were in attendance in that meeting. And they clearly understood what Liberia means to America, and what America is willing to do for Liberia. And that mutual understanding was signed and sealed. And whatever I think President Weah wanted to see in Liberia, we see the result coming up. But we cannot go into detail because they always say, well, actions speak louder than words. So Liberia is playing a very important role in fighting global peace, whether it's through climate change that we talked about, national security. Liberia is doing extremely well, and it is not happening under nobody's watch but President Weah. You see, Lawrence, there are different types of leadership we have in our lifetime. There are people who come with a leadership of just want to motivate. There are other people who come with leadership with power, and there are other leadership that come with what we call achievable leadership. President Weah is an achiever. Everything that he has done, from my observation, he has managed to get some type of award in doing that. Whether it is working with the United Nations Children program, or whether it's working with Ellen Johnson Sirleaf to bring about local peace, whether it is going to Europe and bringing back the Ballon d'Or, and whether it's about him being listed among the 100 top players in the world, this man is bringing a lot of achievement. And I think Liberians who believe in moving the country forward, another thing that could happen that I would see as the tear, as an achiever, this president is going to help to increase the cybersecurity in our country. And don't be surprised if the NSA put an announcement that they are looking for cybersecurity to come and work at the NSA. And that will be coming from the visit to the CIA headquarters, because cybersecurity is key. You don't have to take my word for it, folks. Go out there and Google about the demand for cybersecurity. You as a Liberian, listen to me. If you put your interest into that, you will see yourself defining your own future and how you're going to put that to use. Who knows, through the NSA, if you get recruited as a cybersecurity expert, who knows, you could find your way one day being at the CIA headquarters in the United States. It's an opportunity. Nothing is impossible before the eyes of God, but it has to take a man who will be able to open that door so that other people can enter and decide where to sit. And it's nobody else but President Weah. So both domestically and internationally, the president is not dividing people, but he's building relationship that will enhance Liberian. So, Luis, I will leave it as that. If you want to take calls on the issue, we can, or else we can move to the next section. But I'd like to break it up to hear what Liberian has to say. Huh?
Let's move to the next section.
Yeah, I hope they are taking calls, and I hope you're taking notes, because when they come, we would like to know what they have to say too. Yes.
Sure.
Now, the issue of the MOU that was signed, Rodney C. is in America here trying to promote a book that President Weah did not confirm, because according to Rodney C., it is an unconfirmed book that he has written. That means that the president did not really agree to say everything you're going to write in here, I agree to it. So that means that whatever in that book that he's putting together, it's not going to be 100% of George Weah saying in what he has written in that book. But what I want to say here is this. Rodney C. should be very honest with the Liberian people. In that book, I would like to see Rodney C. Even the book has been written, but those who will buy that book, I hope that Rodney C. explain about the massive underdevelopment, whether it is in the lack of educational infrastructure, whether it's in the area of lack of physical infrastructure such as road, water, and other things, the lack of human capacity. For 133 years, going up to 170 years when Ellen came to power. And then with the 176 years, the 6 year Weah has done, I'm hoping that Ronnie C. will clearly explain the transformation that Mr. Weir, under his 6 years, has achieved in our country. Because remember, Louis, I told you that there are different types of leadership, right?
Sure.
President Weir is an achiever leader. Yes, he is an achiever leader. And the chief leader is someone who, when you go to their office, you see a lot of accomplishment on their wall. It tells you that that person is ready to work with you, and all it takes is for you to be willing to work with them. You see, most of the people who I work with early, going all the way back to Joseph Jingin Robert days, there are two kinds of people that have worked with them. There are people who we call agreeable, and there are other people who call disagreeable. The reason Liberia have been underdeveloped for so many years is because most of the people who work with the past government prior to President Weir, they have been operating under the principle of agree. So we call them agreeable people. Louis, do you know who agreeable people is?
No.
All right. Let's say you, Louis, you are the president of Liberia. Anything you say, I will always say, yes, Louis, you make sense. It's okay. It's okay, Louis. I don't see anything wrong with that. The reason I will be agreeing with you is because I don't want to disagree with you on anything. Because if I disagree with you on something, it will make you to look at me very funny. And because of that, for the past 170 years, it caused our country to lose so many opportunities along the way. Because during the 133 years, people were agreeing with leader. But with Mr. Weir today, we see some people who disagree with him. And I will start with myself. There were times after I campaigned for him, I came bitterly on Facebook and disagree with him. There are times that we even see other talk show hosts. Louis, don't you see talk show hosts that disagree with the president today?
Sure.
Okay. Have you seen them getting hijacked? Have you seen them getting beaten?
No.
Okay. But back in the days when other people disagreed, you never see them. You never see them. There's a guy they used to call Abba Put, because he disagreed with the Todman, the Tobo, the Barclay. Every time he walked the street on my river, he used to have a toothbrush in his back pocket. People said, but why are you walking with toothbrush? He said, because anytime I can go to jail. So he became a disagreeable person that did not say, I agree to everything the government that he lived through. And that's why he was kept thrown in jail all the time. So the reason Liberia has been underdeveloped for all the years, and now we see a little bit of transformation, is because the people in the past, they have all been operating under a leadership of agree. They have been agreeable people. But under the Weir administration now, we are seeing a lot of disagreeable people. And there's nothing wrong with being disagreeable, right? Because when you disagree with somebody, you're challenging the person on things that you don't like and things that you believe are in the interest of the people. So I would like for Rodney Sear to be able to explain something like that in his book, because it will give the Liberian people the opportunity. So coming back today with the issue of the climate change, I was not too happy when I listened to Rodney Sear. When I read Rodney Sear headlines. And guys, you appreciate the video here because we are live and we are all around the world. I was not too happy when I read front page newspaper saying that the government of Liberia signed a $54 billion climate change project. That is not true. That is not true. And many of you that follow me religiously, I presented an overview from another media institution strictly from Dubai. And they did provide a detail. So if you listen to me in Liberia, they call it Gulf News. GULF NEWS. Gulf News in Dubai. Go and do your research. Don't take my word for it, because I'm a research-oriented person. In that article, it is clearly stated that Liberia saw an MOU, just MOU, Memorandum of Understanding. Now, let me get into some detail here. The government of Dubai, through blue carbon, they came up with $54 billion. And they said, the $54 billion, we're going to put it out there. Any company that will come, they can come and get a part of share. So Blue Carbon came out and said, we want to participate to get a share of that $54 billion. So, okay, you're going to get your own. But the way you will do it is you got to go to Africa and start helping countries there, because they need help when it comes to climate change. Now, let me hold it right there and explain to you what the climate change means. And Louis, you need to pay attention here. You see, Louis, when we were growing up, the people used to say the sun go around the earth, right? But later on, the scientists then say, no, it is the earth that's spinning around. The sun not moving. Now, you see in America, you see in Europe, you see in Asia and in Africa. We are in America here, the people in Europe, they call them the industrialized country, right? That means everything they do it with machine. They take gasoline, they take fuel oil, and then they run the machine, and the machine come up with plenty of smoke. And that smoke is called pollution. And that smoke gets some kind of chemical in it too that can kill people. But now, because every developed country is polluting the air, so when the air rotates, let's say, for example, while you guys are sleeping in Liberia, some people are up in America, and the factory then here, they then close that. People pushing carton 24/7. So what they do is they produce lot of smoke. So when the air rotates, the pollution from America will go to Europe. But remember, the European too, they're producing a part of smoke. And then when that smoke go, Lucy, there with me? I can't hear Luis, guys. This is a very important part. I can't hear Luis. Luis, are you there? I think I lost Luis. So let me see where I can get him back. Yes. But if you're down there, please. All right. He might call back because I just lost him. But this is very key. And I hope that the Liberian people will get to understand this. All right. Let me see where I can get him back here. I see there are a lot of people on the other side. Universal view of J. Randy. Yes. People are watching on the other side. I love this. I love this. And thank God for this and the beautiful technology here. Let's see where we can get Luis back here on the line. Let me see where I can get him back here on the line. Because we just lost him. Because this is a very practical approach that we are going through. So, Brother Luis, yes. So,
you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So let me continue with that, because the people got to understand what is going on with the whole climate change thing here. So, Liberian, sorry, and let me apologize for the disconnection. So, like I was saying, the reason why the government of Liberia signed the MOU with Blue Carbon, let me explain it to you in the simplest way that you can understand. America and most of the country in North America and some in South America, they produce a lot of smoke. When you go to Europe, most of the countries in Europe, they also produce smoke. That smoke is called pollution. And whatever chemical they're using that produce that smoke, it's too much for the sky up there to accept. If like somebody put smoke in your eye, you can't see. So imagine country in the western part of the world, country in Europe, they're producing all that smoke. And some of them in India. But remember, the earth rotates. So as the earth rotates, that smoke is also going along with that earth rotation. Now, when it gets to Africa, most of the forests we got in Africa, because we are not, all the countries in Africa are not developed. They are not advanced. The forest will start to catch all the smoke. and then it will capture it, and then it turn it into something else that provide air for people to breathe. Then when the air start rotating and then start going to Asia, then it's come back again daybreak. So the scientists then in the sky, when they saw that thing, they like, oh, but then the earth not in trouble. You see the people in Africa, they not developed, they got forests there. So if we in the developed world are producing the smoke and the people capturing the smoke through the forest in Africa, we have to go to Africa now to go and tell the people not to cut down the forestry. And how can they call for a conference way back? They told the African leader, they say, look, we beg you, you're not cut that forest down. That forest saving our life here. The African people say, but I think we depend on for us to survive. So Joe, we are where you're up to here. Joe, we are saying, yeah, but if you don't want to cut the forestry down, then you have to find a way for our people then who can make fine other stuff then to survive. People say, okay, since you are saving the earth, we'll help you. And that is why you will see Norway will come to Liberia and say we're working with FDA to protect the forest. Because the country that are doing the pollution, they giving money to the United Nations and other trustful countries to work with African countries. So they brought out big money and put it down. Boom. So Dubai went and got a part of it too. So Dubai said, okay, we got $54 billion here. We know all the countries in Africa, you're qualified for the money here. But there's a way that you can be qualified for more, and there's a way that you can be qualified for some. Yeah, how we're going to do it? Every country that got forest, and all of you from Africa, you got forest? Yeah, you got forest. Okay. Now, in order for us to give who get more money and who gets more money, we have been hired by our country. They give us $54,000, billion, to ask countries that are willing to come and sign an MOU with us so that we can start to do a population forest head count. Let me repeat the word again. Population forest head count. So most of the countries in Africa, in order for them to benefit, to get more money, they will have to come and count your forest in your country. Now, here where the economic opportunity come in now, and the opportunity I want to tell you. The MOU that Mr. Stewart signed, they're going to tell them exactly what they're going to be doing. For example, they will say, okay, we'll count all the forests in the country, and then we'll have to we'll bring our expert in, but we need local people to work with us. You agree on that? Yes, we agree. Then that blue carbon company will take that money and go give it to the people who are in Dubai through the government and say, yeah, what we're going to do in Liberia. Then when they agree, then part of that $54 billion will be used as a way to go to Liberia now and start to look at the different countries. They will go to River G, they will go to Sano, and they will start, everybody will go to start looking for people. Germany here will try to count all the forests in here. They will bring the expert in, but they got to work with the local people in order to get all the forests counted. Now, a Liberia come up with, because the forest count will be measured in hectare. And you know that when they count human being, they talk about population, but the forest will be measured in hectare. So a Liberia come up with more forests, then the forest will be protecting the pollution that coming from Europe. It will be saving the world, and then Liberia will get more money, and that money will be used by the government to give farmers and other people other things to do, not to cut the forestry down. That is what is happening. Why am I saying this? Because I'm an environmentalist. In America here, we don't count forest because we are destroying forests here. But we make sure that we stop too much smoke from going in the air. That is my area of expertise. That's what I'm telling you. So don't let nobody lie to you and say, oh, Joe, we are signed $54 billion. No. Let you listen to me in Liberia right now. Maybe you win the lottery in Liberia, or you win the lottery in America, and you got $54 million, and then you get up one day, you say, you know what, I want to have Liberia. Right now, I want to put all of my $54 million I win, I want to get $10 million. But I will give it to the guy they call John Tokpa. John Tokpa, you're going to get that, $10 million for every Liberian. But make sure that the Liberian that will come to you, let them be able to sign an understanding how that money going to be spent. For example, if they want to pay us, make sure that you tell them that the money you're getting, we will not give it to you, but we send somebody to come to work with you to pay your house. If you want to open business, the person will come and work with you. Now, somebody come from Kema and go and sign an agreement with Toba. Then the news can say, oh, Mr. Toba, he now gave one guy $10 million. That is how Ronnie C was doing it. But you that get that $10 million, you say any Liberian that got problem, they must come so that they can be able to work with the person who will give them some of the money, whether they want to pay us, they want to open business, or what they want to do. But the person must be able to sign that memorandum of understanding how they are going to carry on their part of the project. So the United Nations know that Africa got forests that will save the earth from burning down into rain or other stuff, and that is the climate change. So Liberia got to count all her forests, and the total number of forests we get, they will go to that blue carbon company, and the blue carbon company will say, okay, we'll go sell it, we'll go take the data here to the Dubai company, and the Dubai company will take it to the United Nations, and then all the big companies, countries that are polluting, they will go and say, okay, this is how much we can give to the country here. So the company that helping Liberia, they will get a part of cut because the middleman, then Liberia will get a little money now and bring it and say, okay, gentlemen, yeah, what we can do about it. And then where part of the economic benefit will come. Because if these guys come in the country and want to count all the forests, they don't know our terrain. They will start calling people in a different county to help them, and they will pay them. That is the economic benefit. And what does it do for the war again? Again, George Weah is working with the international community to save the universe again. That's another achievement there. Because he's working with everybody, not only America now. Everybody listen to me, you're not here about climate change in that place. Luis, you want to tell me we're not talking about climate change in our country?
Sure.
Okay. So in order for us to protect the forest, to protect the climate, to save the world, because I'm lying to you, just yesterday, Luis, the heavy tornado that came in our place here, it never happened here before. It killed two people. It destroyed a lot of homes. But it never happened here before. It never happened here. But it's happening now. So what more about Liberia? This is all about climate change. And that's what the president is doing, folks. That's what the president is doing. So, Luis, you want to take a course now? Luis, you want to take a call? I always listen to Luis when he on. But when the other guy on, and he just roll like that. Luis, you want to take a call? Let's try to call him back. You got to get used to the rhythm here. Yes. Because whenever that tuki go down, to me, it's telling me that he has lost connection with us. I think that you guys got to get used to that too. I guess he going. Okay, the phone gone off. So I think he's running on some kind of time here. So let's take calls. When he get back, let's take calls. I won't hear from the people. I think I talk enough now. Let's take calls when he get back. Yeah, let's take calls, Luis. Let's take calls. Let's take calls from the public. Yeah, let's take calls.
Yeah, but you're not hearing me.
Oh yeah, but I cannot hear you. So if I cannot hear you, then I'm not understanding anything. Yes, but let's take calls. Let's take calls.
Okay, 0775 360 356. 0775 360 356. 0555 679 089. 0555 679 089. Or better still, you can call 0775 360 356. Oh, that person slipped the line. Keep trying. You slip off. I didn't cut you, but you slip off.
Yeah, let him call. Call with your answer. Call with your question. Go ahead, Luis. Go ahead.
0775 360 356. 0555 679. No, on Facebook, all that the government law, if I don't allow the citizen, blah blah blah. Hello. Just say anyway, join us from. Okay, thank you, brother, man. Let me just Frank out from this economy. Yes, sir, go ahead. Yeah, my brother, think about brother for this great information. I think this thing in this administration in that state, you know what? Because it was prophesied by the great mother to great. What you can see, especially when we say la Bible says, "Born will come with the easy." We can what you. If God is to be there, and we're seeing it. See, I think when the next people for the 17, like you will be there praying for them, and the next day the foundation. Then we have never what I say, but it's not happening now. This people will be coming in the tomorrow. We will not get. We'll get a little. Thank you. Taking your calls here 0775 360 356 0775 360 356 and 0555 679 089. You know, when I explaining proposing the issue of that agreement, it brought to my mind where we saw some Liberians writing on the social media.
Yeah.
Father Allah, keep trying. In Father Allah, in fact, the Madi said, even UAE budget, now even 50 billion, they will get like 50 billion. You know,
they were reading with all understanding. Luis, I don't mean to cut you off. They were reading with all understanding. You see, when you don't know something, you must ask questions. And that's why I went and did my research. Even today, you know, in America here, there are some company them. If you don't use all your pollution, you can keep it and go give it to the other company and say, oh my man, last year I used all my pollution. And you know, I kept myself under the ground. So I can sell it to you for small money. So that way you can use it for extra. It's called cap and trade. So if you don't use it, you can go and sell it to other company. But because they don't understand anything, that's why some are coming here to explain it to them. That $54 billion. Remember the thing why I said that 54 billion, like somebody who win maybe 200 or let's say $400 million in America, he win the lottery. Then he go back to the library and say, Luis, I will get librarian people $10 million, but you will be in charge of that $10 billion. But make sure whoever come to you to need help, you and them got to sign the memorandum, understand? Because I don't want you to just give somebody money like that. No, they must tell you what the problem is. Then you will stand the understanding that you will help them to face their problem. That the one that they got to not understand. Then they say, oh, the government signed $54 billion. No, when you read the report, it say the government of Dubai has put forward $54 billion to help countries to protect their forest, because there are people in the country. You know how long it will take for Liberia to come for it? How many men in that time can go come for it right now? Luis, when Mr. We have said, let's go come for it then. Who are the experts in that can come for it? And what they understand they get to come for it? They don't know to do everything. They may know some, but the expert people then got to come because they've been doing it for so many years. They will come and be able to work with Liberia to count our forest, and then from there they will be able to go and sell. The thing that business boy on a big platform. Imagine if you get whole forest and the world say, "Oh, your forest can help us to save our life," and then somebody can't give money and say, "Oh, I will help you." So these guys were not reading the thing with understanding. That is what we call perception illiteracy. Perception illiteracy is when somebody come and tell you something, you just run away with it like that. Then somebody say, "Oh, I saw Louis coming from in the lotto office there. That guy won $5 million." Then somebody just run with it straight. But man, Louis came from in a Labrador National Hotel, or Ladre, the man finished winning $5 million. Then everybody just carrying that news. Nobody even coming to ask, even the lotto people in the country, or to even ask you. But because somebody tell them, they just believe it like that. That is what we call perception illiteracy. It is very, very bad. And it also fall under what we call agreeable people. They just agree. They don't want to disagree with the person who gave them information. People say, "My man, you are flapper, you go to turn around here." There's nothing wrong with you being disagreeable by asking questions. So, Liberian, your call and give your view. All right? There are more opportunity coming.
So let's go back to the phone line. 0775 360 356 0775 360 356 and 0555 679 089.
Let me open my line here.
679 089. Call us on that number because we got one more talking point.
Yep.
To look at. That we of course are also going to input that talking point. That's why I keep it quiet.
Yeah, you were kind with that one. I want to take a break.
360 356 0775 360 356 and 0555 679 089. We're talking about pretend now. Before we talk to this person. Hello. Hello. Hello.
Yes, how are you?
Anyway, Josh from.
I'm Jacob. I'm calling from Lower Carrisburg.
From Carrisburg, let's say, go ahead.
Yeah, okay. I've got an honor selling from you now. That's how they do the money. They spread when it comes to country of the forest from the country. So I really enjoy how you explain it to me because myself, I don't understand. I told you, just look at you for long. You take 10 million, you take 10 million, you take 7 million. So thank you for the explanation.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Ready, right?
Yes, that's what it's all about. That's the platform here. Thank you very much, listener, for being honest. Thank you. God bless you.
Thank you for encouragement. I remember how you
I want you and I man when I want that now. I said you and your man when I want that now. You can go. I want my nine out. I ain't out of society. I ain't out of society there. Maybe he said he listens to. He listens much more too. He just will tell my man. Tell me man you have to listen. I know, right?
Let's take it on call there 0775 360 356 0775 360 356. I better say you call 0555 679 089. We have just provided you a deep understanding about the 50 billion MOU that was signed. Because, you know, we are in legendary period. So everything that happened now,
yeah,
people on the other side with politicizes and turn around to make you understand that is the wrong thing.
Yeah.
So I don't bring you up because the information of the government that should be providing the deep information to you.
Yeah.
They don't do it. We'll do it on our own because we want to help save Liberia.
Yes, like the guy that just called from Carrisburg. That guy has gotten enough information now that he can go out there now and be a teacher to his fellow Liberians and say, no, this is how it is done. And he can go do a research too. Yes, he can go do a research. I encourage you to do a research.
And this show is about promoting President George Weah as we go to 2023 election. And trust me, next month, let me announce, next month, we'll be getting Stephen Talu on the weekend. Stephen will be leaving between the 12-15 to go Grand Gile. So Stephen will be joining us from Zulu Whiskey. So a conglomeration of talking.
Yes.
We have a Zulu Whiskey, while being Monrovia here. Then we have ready in the US to provide updates. So still provide update from Great Judea County.
Yeah.
Relates to activities there. Then Renee on that side here and together we run.
We are going big. We are going big. We are going big. Yes, that is. We are going big. So guys, listen to it. Just listen to Stephen right now, right? I mean to Luis. Very soon. So
3603. You know, Rennie, that got that last talking point of
yes.
Say, don't man up.
Yeah, yes. You start. I want you to start. I want you to start, then I will come in. So you start. I'm on the sub bench right now. So you start. I'm on the sub bench. Hit it. Go ahead. You guys are good for nothing people, Louis. Start.
Said to you, someone saying, I don't know, Jeremy, he he said, Jeremy said you should post the WhatsApp.
Yeah, I got the number on. I mean, I got it on there. I got it on. I got the number on. I already printed it down. The number, you want to write it down? Luis, you want to write the number down?
1 minute, I mean, this water.
Oh, all right. This is water.
Yeah.
The number, the number is, yeah, the number is 445. 445.
445.
Yeah, 262. 26. Yeah, 26. Yeah, 78. 17. Hold on there, quarter.
No, he's saying cash app.
Oh, the cash app.
Yes.
All right, I will post it shortly. What's his name again?
Jeremy.
Okay, all right. I will go on your page and see. Tell him to inbox me. Is that Jeremy from Florida?
I don't know. Jeremy is from Florida. Jeremy, Tally.
Okay, let me take the call. Let me take the caller here while we're doing that. All right, let me take the caller here. Let me put him on speaker right now. How you doing, caller?
I'm doing good. This is Melvin from Wisconsin.
Hey, Melvin, what's up? What's up? What's up, my man? What's up? How you doing, my brother?
Not too bad.
Okay, you have been here in Liberia and around the world. So go ahead with your say, my brother. What you got to say to us?
First of all, let me say happy Ban Sunday to everyone.
Yes. Luis, are you hearing him?
Yeah, I'm hearing.
Okay, go ahead, Don. They can hear you. Go ahead.
Let me say happy Ban Sunday to everyone. I want to say thank you guys for the information, at least educating our people to know the in and out, and moreover to know about the infrastructure development that's going in Liberia. Yeah, the climate change people, a lot of people over there, they are now informed about how things happen and the way forward to embracing the government to do more for the people. I listened to the explanation, the 54 billion. Like those money, they just feel that it was just diverted only to Liberia.
Exactly.
It was allocated just directly to the government like that. That perception was so different.
Yeah.
So I like the way you explain to them, so most of them can be aware of how to go.
Yes. We thank God for that. We thank God. We thank God for the knowledge.
Thank you so much.
Yeah.
I will send my contribution hopefully next week.
Okay.
So that we can keep informing our people.
Yes.
Way forward on re-electing President George Manawiya.
Amen. Amen to that. Amen to that. Thank you so much, Don. Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Just before I go, our incoming representative, Ambassador Elizabeth, that is in Liberia currently.
Yes.
Meeting out with some people, so.
Yes. I follow him a lot. I think one of these days we'll try to bring him on the show here so he can try to tell exactly what he's doing down there. So one of these days we'll try to bring him on the show here on a special.
All right, no problem. Thank you so
all right. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, Luis.
Yeah.
Are you ready?
He said, Jeremy said he's from Dallas, Texas.
Oh, okay. Is he live on your page? Is that what he is on your page?
So you're on my page right now. You're asking for the cash app number.
Okay, let me go there right now. Let me go on your page. So start your lecture, my man. You start with the opposition. Start with the opposition. Open the opposition valley. Open the valley. I don't know how many people in Liberia know what they call valley. Open the valley.
We said to you guys, don't mind the oppositions. I said before to you guys, those people are not confused. They thought they could confuse you, the Liberian. After they split apart their own CPP. After they split apart their own CPP. Gbah-Ku has searched all over the release the other day. Gbah-Ku is only been aid by somebody our activities. Where you want to step in home as well about for you to eat. You want to be able to pay. Nope. Everything of a Gbah-Ku that people have to do it. In 2017, 2018, Gbah-Ku offered got $2.3 million US for annual budget year. But he said, "Keep my tell you broke." So there is a meeting that have been concluded or is at the conclusion stage between Kumis and Gbah-Ku. Gbah-Ku want people that will spend money behind him. He won't spend money. And he get mad.
That's true.
He won't spend money.
That's you.
So
Go ahead.
Kumis issue was Gbah-Ku should come to him and ask him Kumis to go advance running mate. Gbah-Ku said, "Oh, you will not get money." So any friend you will not get. So Gbah-Ku now is running back to Kumis.
Wow.
Trouble coming. The only factor is telling him, if you choose Gbah-Ku or choose anybody apart from Yomli, we will draw our support. They feel that Gbah-Ku has betrayed them.
Wow.
Yomli and Delon is a complete criminal. So the reason why they split the CPP because they wanted Yomli to go as fast running mate to Gbah-Ku. That objective of splitting the CPP. But now they get money to sustain.
Wow.
So the other day they don't appear on OKFM. And come asking when Yomli P when the OMP the man Jeremiah when he support Gbah-Ku, he say he know. He say he wants that. He message he wants that. So to take the law objective is for Yomli to go advance running mate. So any attempt. Now, there's a press conference 2 days ago, or 2 or 3 days ago. I'm a segment. I listened to that big brother. I respect him so much, my former boss. Alexander Toka Biele, who support Kumis. He also support what's the name? Belete. But then he supported Belete and Kumizo. But he says to the people, if Gbah-Ku does not carry Yomli, Gbah-Ku will lose bastard support. And you are serious. And you are telling the people the real thing. Because the bastard people feel that the men have betrayed the struggle.
Okay.
Yomli stood by all of the heat. At the 11th hour now, Gbah-Ku is not able to beat Yomli. Because Yomli now get the card to sponsor campaign. To sponsor central campaign is different from sponsoring a presidential campaign. But that campaign you spend real money.
Yes.
Real money. And be a vice president is like you can be president at any time. God forbid. If any of the president die, the next person to be suing as president is the vice president.
Of course.
So the guys want Gbah-Ku to be president, so that anything happens, they can eat Gbah-Ku said.
Yeah.
Yomli take president. Then they can control Yomli. So they're too far playing right now. Because I said when you arrive Monday, tomorrow, you have a big announcement to make. And there's a still peace spread ongoing between Gbah-Ku and Kumi. Don't mind the oppositions. They play on your mind. Before you know it, they will go right back to their first law. They will come out together. So the thing Gbah-Ku, we can win. John, we are you're bring Kumi as a fast running mate. But they forgot to tell you that the tangibles. When are you there?
I listen to you. Go ahead. I'm listening to you. Listen to you very keenly. Go ahead.
The tangibles of this government. You see Monrovia and think that Maria Liberia. I spoke to my dad just returned from Maryland County on a chess conference. He just returned. And you are telling me Maryland, Festa, Roji, at night is better than Monrovia at night. the people in the rural part of Liberia is texting development.
Yep.
Don't manage oppositions. That's the right, that's the job to criticize.
Yep.
But you know what I mean? the more you go on the social media and begin to write negative things about your country, it can scare away investors because no one want to go in a country where they're uncertain, talking bad things about the place.
Yep.
So how can this work? How can development come? We need to change our mind. Don't mind the oppositions. They are sort of belly driven. They are belly driven. If now others who are, they knew that they wanted peace. They want to put this great themselves. Then they coming back to you and tell you, say, nah, want peace. So you have another thing you want to come. Why are you here for? Why are you our heads in this country? So those guys don't have focus. They don't have focus because when you have focus, you drop your ego. It's because ego, these oppositions are fighting among themselves. But that's what they're fighting among themselves. Are ushering Liberians. Don't mind them. Don't listen to them. There's a song by Kathy Gillen Adam. She said if you go to the market, you have to buy the one. You not buy what you want to go buy. Because you lost concentration. So we are in the season. You need focus and get a mind set. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. Don't mind them. So I want to ask you, don't be surprised to hear Gbah-Ku and Kumi are coming together. But if that happens, there'll be a serious disaster. Yomli and Dillon may not support them. Yomli and Dillon may not support them. And Costa will also go to see Ra. Because they want a person they can control. When they know very well, God forbid 1 million times. I think it's very simple. Gbah-Ku will tell them, coaching the best person of our country ever. As Gbah-Ku said, that was the coaching the best person of our country ever. Go over right now. Go see, go at the end of 4 years, 2 years ago. Go there now. Remember when I see the Memorial City Hall? Exactly the same structure. Go for ya. It's already to 99% completion. It will soon be dedicated. Go over the own dam. That will soon be a launch. The boy almost finished that dam already.
Wow.
The boy get go over. The dam is almost completed. In Lofa County. 12 years. You said our vice president, Joya Lofa County, Joya get Lofa. But Gbah-Ku said 12 years, in Lofa County was dying. Why he said that there? But I don't believe the man, he was an old car back in the garage.
Yeah.
And Koza said something the other day. He said the man was a dead man walking. Physically, we were not dead, but he breathe already. So when you get all your brain and decay, your brain. So Koza was saying to us, the old man brain is dead. No fresh idea. So the old man depending on people to give me idea. You get no fresh idea. So don't waste your time. I also go and get your voter registration card. For those are watching, when I say Louis talking for those that didn't get That's here. I'm gonna be here.
So let me just come in small there. Let me come in. Yeah, let me come in small there. And thank you very much, Luis. Let me say this to Liberian. In 2017, you saw Joseph Walker. In 2017, you saw Joseph Walker. And before 2017, you saw Joseph Walker for 12 years. And before Joseph Walker was seen for 12 years by you guys, your parents and your grandparents, they saw Joseph Walker for 42 years. What did Joseph Walker do? There is nothing that Joseph Walker can point at, whether in Foya, Lofa, wherever, including Bapolu, that Joseph Walker has done. Joseph Walker, in fact, was part of the reason why your parents did not get any bank account today. Joseph Walker was part of the reason your county did not get any development as you see today. Joseph Walker was part of a government that denied many other generations before you came into being of life, liberty, and happiness in our country. Because he had been in government for 45 years. And there's nothing that Joseph Walker can point out that will make you to believe that he's better. And not to mention, after Ellen came to power, they received the highest donation from around the world. And Joseph Walker sat over there and nothing he did. Even the group of 77, every vice president sent Tobo King to power. Tobo said the vice president can just sit down and do nothing. So the group of 77, the people who were born with some type of disability, that the responsibility of the vice president to help those people. Joseph Walker sat water for 12 years when he was leaving. Many of our brothers and sisters then who are in the town, they were all in wheelchair, begging people, knocking on people's car door for help. And nothing he has done. But guess what Joseph Walker wanted to do? Joseph Walker came back in 2017 and said, look, I know your parents did not get good future for the 45 years I've been in government. I know your great-grandparents did not get future. Guess what? I'm coming for your part of future too. If a man who destroy your family future, now today is your future, and you're tearing him down, your day not owning well, but you guys did a very good job by turning Joseph Walker down. Let me say this, Liberian. Joseph Walker is an obsolete politician. Obsolete means he's an old politician. Back in the day, we used to have the TV now where you can just go to A, you turn the Sony, whether you go to channel 1, whether you go to channel 2, whether you go to channel 3. But this time now in Liberia, you can only talk to somebody TV, it can come on. Now, when you bring that kind of way back TV into today's technology, it's still no chance. And that's who Walker is. Walker is an obsolete politician who doesn't fit into today's contemporary social political environment. He doesn't understand anything today. The man is a complete liability. And if you ever think those guys that behind Joseph Walker, that they're coming for you, you're wasting your time. You got men that constantly in the town. They're doing nothing in the town here. He coming to look for job rather than giving you a job. If you have made a great mistake, you will forever remember. And even your great-grandchildren will turn around. The development that is taking place right now, Joseph Walker got no future in our country, Luis. Joseph Walker got no future in our country. They left that man living at the moment. Do you see him as somebody that got any future? No. But you're right. When it comes to Cummings, your guy that left that country since Doe died, they ain't see nobody to bring, but they bring in Cummings. Those boys then that lost that power almost 50 years ago, they are so desperate for power, Liberians. Don't take my word for it, though. Don't take my word for it. But I just want you to just listen to me. Those people that behind Cummings If Boka made any mistake, everything that we have built in our country, the grass will eat it up because they will never care for it. When you look at guys like Bernard Ure, you often see Bernard Ure traveling to the different part of the country to go see how the people are doing. When you look at the people that are behind coming, how many of them can go to other countries to go see people? Those guys cannot wait to get beyond Joseph Boka. By the time they put Joseph Boka in office, one day you'll hear, oh, the woman can get out. Then when they bring Cummings in that place, you're finished. The first thing they will start to do, all the land you got in that place, they will start bringing all the way back land. They're going to drive everybody from that Morovia there, Mosurado, and push you back in the interior. The mistake that people say they made with top of them, they're not going to make that mistake when they take power again, my friend. They will not make that mistake. I hear them here. I was in their camp. I hear what they say, and I know the plan. Don't take my word for it, because for some of us, when it happens, we'll just be here. And you have to go through it. And there's nothing you can do. You think they're going to make it easy for you guys? They're going to turn the laws around. They're going to make that difficult. For more people to go to high school, it will be hard. You tell my man go do trade work. These guys got no good intention for your Liberians. That future is in the hands of your and George Weah. That man, with your underground, you understand. If you made any mistake, that 133 years they put your grandparents in, I don't know what they're going to do for you. I don't know. Maybe by the year 2047 or 2050, before they might leave power. And what will happen to you and your children? It will be another storytelling now. It will be another storytelling. The people coming in our time, you ever see coming children there? He ain't got no feeling for that country. The people that in America here, they are the ones behind Cummings. Go there. Go there. The people will take you. You made a mistake. Those are that in America here. Cummings can here. You don't come to Philadelphia. Yes. Let's see what we'll get Louis back here. Louis, you there? Cummings.
Go back to the phone.
Yeah, hold on. Let me wrap it up quick. Because this is very important. Cummings in America here, he don't visit where many Liberian people living. He don't look for us here. Let's take course. Let's hear them. Let's take course.
Hello. Yeah, hello. Let's hear you.
Thank you. My name is Emmanuel Smith, and I joined the conversation from one of the opposite day.
Right.
Thank you for your deliberation. But I think the words are speak, but somehow it's not something. They ask me why do I say that, or why do I mean by what last question. That's what the current economic situation in the country now. And one before I proceed for I let the speech message. By saying that they don't say they don't say don't have what I have a king, a parable. Things like those and they have done that, you will choose a leader in line with what it says.
Tomorrow, hey, my man, hold on. Tomorrow, when you finally I'll put it on. Listen, that Aleppo lie. That's what I like.
Let's move to the next call.
0775-360356.
But Stevie, Louis.
0555 679 089 0555 679 089 or 0775 360356. Call us on that number. And you'll be a part.
Let me come in quickly before while you're waiting for your call. By you telling somebody think Liberia, being Liberia, is nothing but a bologna. We call that bologna. It's banana and peel. There is nothing in slogan. You know what slogan has done for that country? Nothing. But that's some of the rhetoric they're giving you guys. Liberians, you see the change that happening under Weah administration. You guys are counting no changes. You guys are being in power. It never happened during my generation. If you make that mistake, they will only put you in a situation where your children will regret even being a Liberian.
Louis, this is calling from Benafa.
So go ahead.
You are up there saying, oh, yes, I'm so up there saying, the seven in my phone is true. Because you get started for, I mean, one thing, the two point four percent, just come out, example is always so that's a common example. So thank you, man.
Thank you. From Bonafide.
Yes.
That outside, make a road along the highway belt.
They are coming. Those guys got plan.
360-356-0775 360-356. I better say you call 0555-679-089. He said, "My little boy, provide, that's leadership."
Those guys got plan. Everything that Liberia has gained for the 6 years. If you have made mistake, you will lose it.
That's right.
Yeah, you call me again. I don't want to call, but we just call. Just says on two. When I'm sitting right now in North Harrisburg, a lot of bush fund where I'm sitting right now, going to Bento. Do you know one of the reasons why I believe so? Because the federal line is attached to Bento City. The moment you cross the federal of building, you want to build. When you cross the bridge, you see, welcome to Bento City.
I know it's on my mind.
In that area to Bento itself, people build there everywhere. So if they're going to be federal to that place, Bento, the city has reached the Bento itself.
Sure.
Yeah, the city has reached the Bento itself. That means the left have been taken from them. So they brought it out with the team to it out. All their females will be bring down, but the protecting what their fathers have left for them. Now, no one is just easily about land to Bento.
You're still on there. You're still on there.
I worked Bento for some time. This former Jimmy, who said Bento. I said Bento live for burial. I remember where Bento, no. Thank you. You put that land there, but they won't give it to you myself, because you're not trouble.
If people need, Liberians need to understand. Liberians need to understand that the future that George Weah is building.
I'm okay. Your name is John's from. Yes, yeah, Emmanuel.
Yeah, thank you for the show. I just want to tell you, I just want to tell you that making error. You know what I mean?
You don't make error, then forget, but then he said listen to us. That's not this question. Hello. Hello. 0775-360-356. 0775.
They always say people making error when they when are enjoying the country. Yes.
For Dwazo, man, give you Canada, let's hear you.
Yeah, but actually, I appreciate you for your show, but I have a little problem with the show.
What problem you have with the show?
In the society, you don't expect everybody to say positive things about you.
I know that.
So once you go try to change your mind to real people, if you are fucking the details of somebody that will say everything. So people who are not in your show think or say that you're holding them or that.
Yeah, no, Brian, listen, I would like people, there are a lot of people call that moving very keeping on, but sometimes the utterance says to the show. You can't tell me, say, what I say. They can't tell you. So if you come to the disco with a mind and as an intellectual, keeping the line. I don't want to go. Go ahead.
What he got to say? Yeah, man.
We live in Liberia. Our fathers are all correct, and we see what is unfolding in the country. We know who is developmental oriented, and we know who does not have a development mind. So Liberia will make that decision, but what I try to focus on is get the man that get that chance.
I agree, but big what you use on the show. Especially attacking on them, no, I won't take a lot of people come and play and call. I'll take them. We joke about things and they go. Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, Luis, let be fair. Let's take some of that comment. If they're going off, we let them go because we have to convince them. All right. So I think the caller is right. Let's take some of them. We just got to make sure that they be very professional, not be abusive, but let them come and present themselves. So we'll take advice. I think it's a good one.
0775-360-356 and 0555-679-089. 0555-679-089 and 0775-360-356. Call that number. We have 10 minutes to be here, and we'll get 5 minutes more to take calls and go back to ready to wrap up. Let's hear you. Call are you there? Let's hear you. Need to ask somewhere.
Yeah. Okay, I just called to make a point.
Okay.
Yeah. The point I want to say is that again.
It's not a silly guys. It's a lead bit of the show.
Okay, your moderator forgot to mention something.
What's that?
That is very essential. You know that given the level of corruption in this country, you're not even mentioning that they have gone to the extent that government officials have been sanctioned.
Yes.
Corruption. You did not mention that. Then when people talking, you cut them off. When people want to make that point, you cut them off. I mean, that's not being civilized.
Okay.
We know what is opinion.
Okay.
Okay.
We lady like well,
Luis, you might hold the next call. Let me answer that. You might hold the next call. Let me answer that.
Okay. Thank you.
Luis,
So I want to ask you one question.
Luis, let the man go. Let the man go. Let me answer the question, Luis. Let the man go. Let me answer the question, please. Yeah. The fire is in the history of Liberia. Mr. Weah had taken a decision that no other person has taken. The 3 government officials that were sanctioned, are they in the government today? No. They are not in the government. Are Liberians aware of that? Yes. But the question here is, when Ellie's son broke down knockout, what happened to him today? Nothing. So Weah is better in terms of following the rule of law. He is better. So I send that back to you.
Receiver, please. It's taking the feedback. You're New Johnson.
I'm sorry, how you doing?
I'm okay. You're New Johnson.
You see, everyone has a fact. Today, take an example. Facon, you see Facon, who used to preach the whole thing about George Weah, the president. Hello?
I'm listening to you. You have 1 minute.
Is today thinking against George Weah. The producer of this show is in America. His flavor is George Weah. He has to say everything about George Weah.
Well,
Let that man finish. Let him finish. Let the man finish. Louis.
Ready, 1 minute.
Yeah, but you need to start interacting with you guys. Let them have their say and go.
Yeah.
That means you're not been following Jay Rennie. That means you are not been following the Rennie of late. Rennie criticized George Weah many occasions. Rennie campaign on George Weah 2017 and Trump criticized George Weah and today campaign on talking about George Weah. So how you say man criticize George Weah?
Why you say he ever criticized George Weah?
Sure. Go Facebook and definitely.
But then he's almost like you get back on. He's not truthful.
No, when George goes wrong, when George goes, he criticizes for doing wrong.
He's trying to find something from George Weah.
Okay, thank you. That's also your time. Ready, we are respond. We have next.
Yeah, you said something very important. You remember when I talk about agreeable people, this is where leadership come in and give me the time. Let me explain to Liberian people, right?
Yeah,
there is something we call agreeable people. Agreeable people are those who will always say yes sir, and yes sir. That means they don't see anything wrong. But there are other people, on the other hand, we call disagreeable people. The disagreeable people are those who will look at the leader and say, look, this one, I don't agree to that. So when you have a society that has lived on agreeable people for a long period of time, when you start to disagree, like for example, when you told the guy to say, oh, J. Randy criticized George Weah, instead of him saying, for what did he criticize George Weah? He said, oh, the man Jennifer gone. But how long has he known J. Randy for? Because he lack of that knowledge. But we educate them here. So like you said, let him go on my platform. I mean, look me up and look at me from 2018, and see what I did. I can criticize George Weah anytime. If George Weah does the wrong thing, I will criticize him right now. I'm not looking for a job from George Weah. Yes, I'm not looking for a job from George Weah. And if you think I'm coming to Liberia like Costa, then no, I'm not coming to Liberia. That's another one who will come and call you again. I am not coming to Liberia anytime soon. Whether George Weah there for 12 years, 24 years, I'm not coming there. But I will say this. If Boka don't do the right thing, I will criticize Boka. If Kwame doesn't do the right thing, I will criticize them. If President Weah don't do the right thing, I will criticize him. Because why? I don't agree with everything that George Weah does or say, because that's who I am. That's who I am. But what I want you guys in our country that do not have the opportunity to come in this country where I am, but those who are here lying to you guys. I'm not like Eugene Fagon. Fagon was called to get a job after we campaigned. He left and came back. He doesn't have a job. But guess what? Before Fagon left, I was working. Fagon is back, and I'm still working. I don't criticize George Weah because I want job or I don't want job. No. I criticize George Weah, and I stepped aside because I wanted George Weah to give me documents that show that he was in the interest of the Liberian people. Those documents were not coming to me from the beginning. But guess what? Those documents are coming now. When I talk about the Dubai, when I talk about the president achievement, look at River G, for example. I'm from River G. Today, when I see video of River G Street, it gave me hope. It gave me the opportunity that, yes, I criticize him, but now I can praise him. So one, I'm not coming to Liberia for a job because I'm not too sure when I will get to Liberia. Two, if Weah does the wrong thing, I will criticize him here. If he does the right thing, I will criticize him. I will praise him. And that goes across. If you don't know J. Randy, guess what? Get to know me now because I'm not in the pocket of anybody. Luis, back to you.
We have lost your time. We have 3 minutes to be here.
Let's see what we can take one call in between the 3 minutes. It's a little bit of time. Okay. Who want to call? Let them call.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
I'm okay. Your name is Josh from?
Thank you very much. I'm King Richard Flaw. I'm calling from District 13 behind the Iron Project Community Clinic.
Go ahead, let's hear you.
Well, I want to say thank you for your analysis and how you see things. You see, Honorable Joseph Walker, he shared the same platform with President Weah because when I listened to Joseph Walker, he said, when you Labreco electing president, what you want to do is to build Liberia, which is to build low connectivity with a focus. And then once you are up to have a president, who is President George Weah, I'm not a physician, but
yes,
I think he do the same thing.
Very good analysis. Very good analysis.
He only in this election to go and vote against him. No, I won't do that because when I was doing that, I was there rule against President Weah is getting rule. So no need to change the captain.
Very good analysis. What a way to close the show. Yes. What a way to close the show, Luis. What a way to close the show. Everything that had been done by President Weah, it was never done by any past administration. Liberians can go out there and point to those things. Tell me what was in Gbah-Ku-Gbeh country before President Weah came to office. Nothing much. Tell me what was in Maryland before President Weah came to office. Nothing much. Look at the roads across the country. These are things that we will fight to inform the Liberian people about. I'm not here to listen to somebody who did not promise, oh yeah, when we get there, then we'll be giving you a part of 2 cents. No. You heard the gentleman that just left the line. And what a way to close the show. He said, why should I, all right, trade the opportunity that I see today for somebody that will not do something? So politically, why would it profit a man who is going to vote and seeing that what Joe Weah is doing for somebody that will not do what he is thinking that he will do? So, ladies and gentlemen, we conclude the show this weekend. We will be back here again on Saturday, 6 o'clock Liberian time. We will be back here again to push more of the president message. He is a president of transformation. When I look at my own town, River G, my county, growing up down there during the days of Tobo, though I never saw what I saw these few days on social media. That is a miracle that I could never imagine I would ever see. We have to be honest with ourselves. We are not agreeable people. We don't agree to everything on the platform. If you're wrong, we will tell you you're wrong. Finabono wrong, we say Finabono you're wrong. President we are wrong, we say President we are wrong. But when he does the right thing, we will tell the Liberian people that he is doing the right thing, because we come in peace, and our peace is about talking the truth, and we're seeing the truth today. Luis, thank you so much. God bless you. To all those out there, remember, the future of your children is in your hands. People who are in America here today, they're not doing nothing here. They're just using you. When that time comes, they're going to grab it for themselves and for their children. Until then, God bless you guys. Thank you very much. We'll see you again, Luis. Thank you.
Folks, on the note, draw the curtain on the